Here. Hello, Kiana. Welcome. Okay, I'm going to give everyone just a few more seconds. I know that we're live. Welcome to Reinvent. I'm sorry, we're not reinventing. This is Thought for Thursday. Welcome to Thought for Thursday. It's Thursday, guys. We've made it through the week, and it's been an okay week for me. I hope it's been a great week for you as well. Let me make sure that I am pulling in everybody that I'm supposed to be pulling in right now. And we're over on Instagram and we are on LinkedIn as well as Facebook. So we have technology just rolling here tonight. And I'm looking for an invite, a request from our guest to come on to Instagram here, and then we'll go ahead and get started. So I'll give it just a few more seconds to see if she's going to tag me in that. All right. I hope that everyone is doing well. And it looks like she is all set over there. So today, guys, I have with me a very special guest. Hold on, let me view her request and see if I can go live with her there. I am really just doing myself in with technology here today. I hope that works. And there you are. Hello. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. As I was just saying, it's really a special occasion for me because I get to have someone with me that I love and who's near and dear to me. And she also happens to be an expert on the topic that we're discussing tonight, which is stress management. Yeah, women, we need to get a grip and recognize the fact that sometimes we do a little too much. Actually, a lot of the times we do a little too much. And we really need to be aware of how we're overextending ourselves and how we are, how our body is reacting to that. So before I bring her on, let me introduce her quickly. Kayla Tucker is the owner of Kayla Elise Coaching Services, LLC, a company that helps women in educational leadership to effectively manage stress, prioritize health and well-being, and lead for the long haul. As a school psychologist by trade with years of experience in the online wellness space, Kayla is an expert on stress management for school leaders. Using a unique framework founded in resilience, biology, and humanistic and behavioral psychology, she helps women in principalship learn how to bounce back from the day-to-day demands with ease while keeping personal sustainability at the forefront. Everybody, please help me in welcoming to Thought for Thursday, Kayla Tucker.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Kayla. I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you for indulging me and agreeing to come on during Stress Management Month here. I thought, what better month to have you on board just to talk, just to give you a little background on Thought for Thursday. I know you've seen it before. We usually don't come on for very long. We come on, for about 15 minutes. But if we go a little over today, that's fine because I have a guest. Usually it's just me. And I know that everybody is going to want to hear what it is that you have to say. Hey, Gloria, thanks for joining us this evening. So Kayla, as I mentioned earlier, is really in the space where she helps principals with stress management. Her focus is very niched. I brought her on tonight because, hey, she knows stress management, whether it's helping principals or women like you and me, my risers, and she can give us some tips on ways to manage that. So, Kayla, as we start out, again, thank you. Is there anything that I left out that you want to stress about yourself or your practice?
Nope, I think that was perfect.
Okay, great. So let me just jump right into it. We as women have a tendency, like I said a few minutes ago, we overextend ourselves. We do way too much. We carry way too much. We handle way too much, What are some of the things that we need to be aware of when we are doing too much, what are some of the signs that our bodies may give us that we're really dealing with stress and that it is affecting us negatively?
That's a great question. I would definitely say, for one, you kind of already started to talk about this. Just the increase of self awareness is extremely important. So often we don't even know that our body's various signs are SOS signs because we are so detached from ourselves. We're so focused on doing all of the things for everybody else. And, we're working and we're taking care of kids, or we're doing things for spouses. We're always, I shouldn't say always, but often so caught up in doing things for other people that it's very easy for us to get out of tune with ourselves. So I would say, before I even get into some of the specific symptoms of stress, one thing that I would encourage everyone to do is to really try to increase your self-awareness, start to pay more attention to what you are feeling in your body, whether that be physically or mentally or emotionally. Start keeping track of what you are feeling and when. And that could be something very formal, like an actual journal or notes in your phone, or it could just be kind of a mental note. Maybe you realize certain patterns, like you tend to feel kind of anxious before big meetings or when interacting with a particular coworker. Those are the kinds of things that you're going to want to start to pay attention to. And if you don't immediately see any trends, I would definitely suggest a more formal journal, just kind of brain dumping what you're feeling. And then you can go back through your journal entries and see if you can find any trends. So to answer your question about the specific symptoms, there are so many different things that you could be experiencing, which is why I wanted to start with sharing the importance of self-awareness. No two people are going to experience the exact same symptoms of stress. No two people are going to experience stress in the exact same way. So it could be something physical, like I mentioned before, that anxious feeling or that anxiety. It could be headaches, it could be backaches, stomach aches or stomach cramps, kind of a variety of different physical things. It can also be emotional, like if you tend to feel very fatigued, or you feel like you cannot stay on task, you're having difficulty focusing your attention, that could also be a sign of stress. So there are lots of different things that could be signs of stress, which is why that self-awareness piece is so important.
Awesome. And those are things that we need to look out for, women. And of course, I'm sorry. Apologize. I turned my mic off. I thought we had some feedback over on StreamYard. But I was saying those are the things that we need to look at, women, and be aware of in our day to day, because I mean, we're just used to pushing, and we don't always sit back and recognize that, hey, I'm approaching danger zone here. And this is something, my risers, we talk about reinventing ourselves. Our health is a huge piece of that. So we need to be really conscious of the things that we do and how they affect our bodies. Because if we want reinvented lives and we want to thrive in life and, do things that we haven't done before and just begin new adventures or whatever it is we may want to do as we reinvent ourselves, we really need to be conscious of how we're going to be able to present ourselves and how we're going to be able to show up, in the process. So, Kayla, I know that, again, you are in the principal area where you are working with leadership in the schools. You're working directly with principals. However, stress, as I said earlier, kind of goes across all occupations, across all, genders. It doesn't matter. So what are some of the tips that you usually give those that you coach as far as maintaining a healthy body? And that means both mentally and physically when it comes to stress.
That's a great question. I would highly suggest, once you start to track your general day-to-day experiences and hopefully start to notice some trends in terms of symptoms and when you tend to experience certain things, I use what is called the Bpt formula. It is something that I teach my clients. One thing that you will learn about me is that I am not a very prescriptive kind of coach, in the sense that I don't think that one size fits all. While I do walk clients through a framework that helps them to learn how to consistently manage stress, I am not telling every single person to do the exact same thing. So the Bpt formula is kind of the perfect marriage of those things, where you do have a structure that is going to guarantee your results, but you also have the freedom, so to speak, to be able to pick specifically what you want to do. So there are a variety of different things just top of mind in terms of managing stress that are really good. Meditation, exercise, I just lost my train of thought. Meditation and exercise are two good ones. Breath work, which can be a form of meditation and can be kind of a separate piece as well. Those are three really good things. There are a variety of things that you can do that can be tailored to your specific needs, which kind of brings me back to the Bpt formula. So for me, it is less about the specific strategies that you are using and more about the effectiveness of the strategy. So the B stands for biologically based, meaning that your stress management strategy should be something that your body understands. And I love using the example of the traditional self-care things that we love, which are great, like, the baths and the pedicures and the manicures and, wine, things of that nature. All of that is fine, but your body has no idea that when you're taking a bath, that means that it's safe again. Stress is something that occurs inside of your body. So you have to be able to engage in a strategy that speaks the language that your body understands. When you have a stress response, various chemicals get released. Your stress management strategy should also release some sort of chemical or counteract that chemical reaction that happened in your body. So things like baths and pedicures and manicures and wine and all of the external things, vacations, they can be fun. They're great relaxation techniques, but our bodies don't always know that that means that things are safe and that we can kind of go back into homeostasis. So I would say, for one, to be sure that your strategy is actually biologically based, that it speaks the language that your body understands. The P is practice consistently. While you can get some immediate relief from doing something short term, the best bang for your buck is going to come when you are engaging in the strategy that works best for you on a regular basis. So whether you feel stressed or you don't feel stressed, whether it was a super overwhelming day or a more calm day, it should be something that you're engaging on a regular basis. And then the T is tailored to your needs. Kind of like I mentioned earlier, a good strategy is not a good strategy if it's not something that's actually going to meet your needs. Meaning, if you say that exercise is something that works very well for you, but you can't find the time to exercise, that's a bad strategy for you because it's not tailored to your needs. So yes, exercise is a great stress management strategy, but it's not the right one for you, if that makes sense. So again, just the three: biologically based, practice consistently, and tailored to your needs. That's the Bpt formula. And you can kind of apply a variety of strategies to that formula.
Wow, that's excellent. So we have the Bpt, and I'll be sure to list those in the post that we have on Facebook, as well as when the video posts on Instagram and on LinkedIn, so that these are tips that we can adhere to and things that we can do to relieve our stress. So, as I mentioned, Thought for Thursday is all of 15 minutes. However, what we're going to do today, we're going to continue this conversation, not on Thought for Thursday, but we're going to continue it on over on the podcast, Leveling Up the Podcast. She is going to be my guest for a little while longer, and we will get into discussing more of the tips. We'll talk a little more about how she got interested in what she does and how she really does mesh both of her talents, both of her careers, psychology and the whole stress management coach piece of it and the wellness piece, because I know that that is something that really, really kind of is the backbone of the coaching that she does as well. So before we hop off of here, Kayla, please tell us how we can reach you. I know that you are, you are very specific in who you coach as far as stress management goes. But who knows? Someone may just want to reach out to you and see if any of your practices have changed and they're able to come on board with you as a client or something. So how do we reach you and how can we find out about the things that you're doing?
Yeah. So thank you for saying that too, because sometimes I think people hesitate to reach out because they see principles or education or whatever. And they think like that doesn't apply to me, so she can't help me. I love getting DMs from people, getting messages from people. Even if I'm not your girl, I have a solid referral list and I might have someone else that I can put you in contact with who would be a good fit for you. So don't hesitate to reach out. You can reach me or learn more about all of the things, workshops, the program, more about me on my website, which is kaylaelise.com. And then in terms of social media, I'm pretty much everywhere at I am Kayla Elise. I tend to hang out on Instagram pretty frequently. LinkedIn and Twitter are the three that I hang out on most. So that's where you can find me and connect with me.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. And I will say that having such ease to her services has been a huge help to me. And it has really created an awareness for the things that we really don't pay attention to, like I've been saying all along. So I'm so happy that she was able to join us here today. This, again, is Stress Awareness Month. Where everyone is really putting the focus on it. But stress awareness should be an everyday kind of thing. Let's just face facts, particularly in the current environment that we're in. And, we risers have been doing things for quite some time. So it may be something where we have to have it drilled in our heads that we have to make changes so that we will actually be more conscious of what needs to be done and more conscious of, avoiding those stress areas that we've kind of been hanging on to for so long. So again, Kayla Elise, thank you so much for joining us. Kayla Tucker, I'm sorry. Kayla Elise is a name I kind of like.
It's fine.
Thank you so much for joining us. And don't forget, we're going to continue this conversation on the podcast. And I will let you know for sure when that is released. It may not be before early next week, but definitely join us there as well. Leveling Up the Podcast with Alethea Tucker, where I will be continuing my conversation with Kayla during Stress Awareness Month. All right, ladies, that's it. You guys go out, have a great day, have a great rest of the week and an awesome weekend. Go out, be bold and audaciously yourself. Remember that your imprint is the one that the world needs and nobody has it but you. All right. Thanks so much. We'll talk soon.